What's up, Internet? It's been a while since I posted my last video. Sorry about that. Today I am heading over to a place called Double Rock Park to get in a morning meditation and quick workout. We'll see how it all works out. But it's a beautiful day. It's Friday morning. It's probably like 72, 74 degrees out, something like that. Feels amazing. No humidity, not a cloud. Well, maybe there is a cloud or two in the sky, but not too many. I am absolutely pumped for this morning routine that I've been developing. It's been a very interesting experience over the last week. I took part in a ayahuasca ceremony, and some of you may know what that is, but probably most of you do not. I suggest you Google it or read the blog post that I'll be posting soon about my experience in that. But long and short of it is, I basically gave myself a near-death experience and did it in an effort to try to figure out exactly what it is in this planet I'm here to do, what kind of work I'm meant to do, what mission I have, the whole life picture thing. And hopefully, everything becomes a little more clear. I feel a little more calm, maybe a lot more calm, since the ceremony, and I've been able to wake up earlier. I have been able to get more done during the day that I've been neglecting, and it's alleviated a lot of fear. It's alleviated a ton of fear of just life stuff in general. So anyway, I'm at the park now. I'll be hopping back on in just a moment. So I'm here at a place called Double Rock Park in Maryland. It's one of my favorite meditation spots. And I wanted to talk a little bit about some obstacles in meditation. Some people, when they try meditation, they find that it's way too difficult. And I think a lot of the time, it's because they are reinforcing some bad habits and false beliefs regarding meditation. Sometimes, when people sit down to meditate or give it a try, they sit, they're like, yes, gotta get my full lotus cross-legged position on. I gotta get myself real zenned out. Everything has to be quiet and peaceful. There has to be waterfalls and rocks everywhere. And they have trouble creating the environment that they think is conducive to meditation. Another problem that sometimes people face is that when they do finally sit down to meditate, they can never actually clear their mind of thoughts. They sit down, take a deep breath, and for about 2 seconds, they may have peace. If that. They soon find out that thoughts pour into the mind, almost immediately. And they get frustrated with that. A lot of people feel like meditation is the clearing of the mind. And when they find they can't do that, they get frustrated and they give up. And I think sometimes people believe that to get any kind of benefit from meditation, they have to do it for very long periods of time. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe they think you have to be a monk sitting in a mountain for days and days and days. But I like to help you guys understand a few things about meditation that may make your practice a little more useful. The first problem that I was talking about earlier is that it doesn't matter where you meditate. It doesn't matter if there's waterfalls, or if there's rocks, or if it's quiet. It could be on a train station. It can be on a bus, it can be at a football game, it can be anywhere that you find yourself. The process of meditation, the purpose of meditation, is for you to be able to quiet the mind and find peace wherever you are. So don't let your environment stop you. Don't let your environment stop anything that you're trying to do. Do it anyway. You'll find that it's very helpful. Also, as you get better at meditation, you'll find that you'll want harder places to meditate. You'll want to go out and meditate in a rainstorm because it's a little harder to focus. And it's like that overreach when you work out. It's like going to the nines, you know? The second thing is that meditation itself is not about clearing the mind. You will never be able to clear the mind, basically. Ever. The purpose of meditation, specifically the kind of meditation that I'll be doing today, which is called shamatha, or a calm abiding meditation. So it's learning how to focus the mind and learning how to relax the body and just be present. The act of meditation is actually found from going from thoughts to breath. Just like in working out, it's not about holding the weight at the bottom, and it's not about holding the weight at the top. It's the act of moving from bottom to top that makes you stronger. Meditation, in shamatha meditation, the purpose is to focus on the breath, or the technique is to focus on the breath, which means that you try to find the feeling in your active breathing. So for me, when I take a deep breath in, I can feel it in the inside of my nostril, halfway up into my sinus. So it's like somewhere around right here. It's like a cold feeling. And I feel it a lot in the bottom of my chest, like right here where my diaphragm is, where it expands. I feel a lot of my meditation, a lot of my breath right there. And so that's what you want to focus on. It's like you're cultivating a curious feeling about what it feels like to be a body that's breathing. Try to look at it as if you've never seen it before, and cultivate that beginner's mind. And then you'll notice that when a thought pops up, it happens spontaneously. You'll find yourself halfway through maybe it's a sexual fantasy, or maybe it's a thought on what you have to do that day. Maybe it's a to-do list that starts running. Maybe it's some anxiety about work that you haven't processed yet. And maybe a memory of like your child's laughter. It could be a ton of different things, good, bad, or other. And you'll find yourself noticing like 3/4 of the way through the storyline that you've done this. And you're like, oh shit, I'm thinking. Whoops, what the fuck? And from there, the goal, the purpose, the technique is to gently bring yourself back to your breath. So you don't go, God damn it, I fucked up again, it's so fucked up. I can never stop thinking, I'm such a failure, blah, 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 blah. Nah. What you want to do is allow yourself to think. You don't judge yourself. You don't say, oh my God, I did it again, I messed up, blah, blah, blah. Because every time you have these thoughts, it gives you an opportunity to practice another rep. You actually are benefiting from having a very busy mind, because it allows you to try again, and try again, and try again. To just bring your focus back to that feeling of breathing, then start all over again. And the last thing I wanted to touch on, is time. People read a lot of studies. They take a look at the times people meditated in the studies, and they see that these individuals are meditating for like 30 minutes at a time, 40 minutes at a time, an hour, 2 hours, whatever, and they're looking at like, what the studies show give you the most benefit or give you the minimum benefit. And I would like to tell you that you can get a substantial benefit from just 60 seconds of meditation every day for like a month. You don't have to do it for an hour a day. You can just start with 60 mindful seconds. The important thing is that you give just a tiny bit of effort in the direction of first developing a daily practice. So not trying to make everything longer and more sporadic, but being able to put just a minute of your day, a minute aside a day, to try meditation every day, every single day, 7 days a week, for between 10 and 20 days. If you can try that, just 60 mindful seconds for 10 to 20 days, you'll find that things become a little more sane in your life. And from there you can then, add another minute. Try 2 minutes a day for 20 days. But don't try to push yourself. Don't try to like burden yourself. Because a lot of the time people get frustrated and they'll say, I did 20 minutes yesterday, and the day before that, how come I couldn't do 20 minutes today? I can only do 6. And they feel like a failure. And that's the last thing you want to do. And the last feeling you want to tie to your meditation practice is a feeling of failure and frustration. Meditation is like taking a freaking nap. It's not about fighting your way through it. It's about getting some fucking rest, getting some peace. Our society doesn't have very much peace these days. You can see it on television. You can see it in the news, specifically. You can see it in your day-to-day walk and the people's faces that you meet. No one's freaking happy. Everyone has like a resting bitch face. And there's no need for that. There's no need for that. So, 60 mindful seconds. And I'll go through like a quick setup for you right now on how to do this. So, the first instruction for meditation, at least for shamatha. Now, another, last quick side note. Every meditation is different. All meditation is not just finding peace. Some meditations are for building energy. Some meditations are about bringing that energy down. Some meditations are about providing focus. Some are about cultivating certain feelings that you have or don't have in your life, like compassion. Like if you suck at compassion, like if you look at somebody and they're doing something stupid, you're like, you stupid motherfucker. You deserve that shit because you're an idiot. You deserve to be punched in the face. You deserve to be shot. You deserve to be X, Y, or Z. And you find that it's very difficult for you to say, I'm sorry you're suffering. It sucks that you're going through this. If you find yourself in a situation or in a life position where you can't like say those words in your mind and really mean it very well, there are meditations for that. There are meditations for cultivating love. All of those things are in the realm of meditation. And it's not all about just clearing your mind. Anyway, so back to the instructions. So, the first thing that you really want to focus on is your posture. Now, a lot of people, they really want to do the the full lotus position, sitting cross-legged, all that kind of shit. Doesn't fucking matter. The important thing is that your spine is straight. And a good way to think about that is to imagine yourself as like a king or a queen, sitting with dignity. Kings and queens, they don't fucking slouch. Leaders don't slouch. They sit up straight. And not overly straight. They're not like one of these numbers. They don't over-exaggerate it. It's just a gentle upliftedness. It's like they sit with dignity. It's self-respect. Because they know they deserve respect. And you deserve respect. So, sit with an air of dignity. You can sometimes imagine, like, if there is a, if the king and queen thing doesn't really help you out very much, you can imagine that someone's grabbing the top of your hair, right on the little crown of your head, and pulling up, gently. And that you get to a point where you're sitting straight with your spine, in a good alignment. And this is the only important thing in the posture meditation. A helpful hint is if you don't want to strain your lower back, if you find that your lower back gets tired during a meditation, lower your knees below your hips. So if you're in a chair, you can sit with a 90 degrees or whatever, but if you can get them lower, it'll put less strain on your back. So sometimes I'll sit like this. Since I'm on a rock, it's comfortable, I can let my knees kind of drop down, it's all good. Get my butt all comfy. And here we are. This is the meditation posture. The reason why the upright posture is important is because your nerve endings, or your nerves are coming out of your spinal cord. Those things will be pinched, and they will not allow you to feel your body very well if they're in a pinched position. Also, I mean, some people talk about like internal energy and blah blah blah. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff. I mean, that's kind of woo-woo. For me, it's just about being able to feel properly. Okay? So you're sitting there, put your hands on your thighs. Everything's kind of relaxed but dignified. Or you can put them folded like this. It's gentle. And you don't have to close your eyes, but you can look down at about, say, 6 feet away from your pelvis. So if you were to make like a line going out, or if you're on the floor, about 6 feet away from you on the floor, and you relax your gaze. When I say relax your gaze, a simple trick to do that is you put 2 fingers out in front of your face. I'll get in a better position to show you. You put 2 fingers in front of your face and focus on them, and move them across, opening like blinds. And you'll find that is like a good way to relax your eyes. Everything should get a little hazy, a little fuzzy, and your view should take like a panoramic-like quality, like you're trying to focus in on your peripheral vision, like you're trying to let your mind take in the peripheral vision more than an object you're looking at least for this kind of meditation. So that's where you start. So upright posture, soft gaze, and then you just breathe. I mean, it's really that simple. You start taking some breaths. You don't have to like make them big or deep or anything. You just notice what it feels like to be breathing. Notice the feeling in your nostrils, and you'll find that it's very difficult. And you're going to go to your thoughts, and you come back from your thoughts. And that's meditation. So, I'm going to get my Zen on, and I'll talk to you when I'm done. One last thing before we go. Earlier, when I was talking about it being good to do 1 mindful minute a day, I think that I want to elaborate on a couple of things. The first being that there are a lot of studies that give you a good idea of what the minimum effective dose is for meditation. So the minimum that you would need to do to accomplish before on a daily basis before you start seeing the most potent results. Now, I'm more concerned about behavior change than I am about getting the Zen-like qualities or the peaceful qualities of meditation off the bat, because we have a lot of time on this planet. Generally speaking, we really don't know how much time we have, so make the best of it. But I'd like to expect that I'm going to be here for a while, and so the most surefire approach that I know of to make that behavior change is by always doing a little less than you think you're comfortable doing. So you're always left wanting more, at least when it comes to things that are in the self-improvement world. Because the most, I guess, prolific problem in our country, or in Western culture, is that we always believe that it's intensity first. That, like, if you're not kicking your own ass, if you're not working hard, you're hardly working. And that doesn't really serve you very well in places where it takes a long time to get benefits. Because even if you're meditating for 20 minutes a day, it takes a little while. I've been meditating on a regular basis for a couple of years. Last time I checked, it was somewhere around, I've meditated for about 300 hours total. About 700 sessions, 750 sessions, so every day for a couple of years. And I'm just beginning, I think, to taste the effects of meditation on my mind. So when I started originally, I was doing it very inconsistently. It was once every couple of days, or I'd go a week without meditating here, a week without meditating there. Sometimes I'd even skip out on a whole month. It was really funny. And I found very quickly that I would revert back to an older, more anxious state of mind. And this is a theme that's come up for me a lot lately, which is that I need to focus on consistency first before I start focusing on intensity. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been trying to do, is focus on, little tiny steps every single day to reach the bigger goals. And I think that it's almost like steering a ship. If you're going across the Atlantic Ocean and you start from New York, if you're off kilter by 2 or 3 degrees for a long period of time, you're going to be way the fuck off course. You're going to be in Greenland instead of England. But if you make your 1 degree shifts every time you realize you're a little bit off course, you can kind of weave your way across the ocean. Almost like how a sailboat, it doesn't really go straight. When it goes into the wind, it has to kind of do this weird sailboat technique. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I've always been mind-boggling that you can actually power yourself into the wind. But regardless, little tiny adjustments, a little tiny course change over a long period of time can produce absolutely stark, ravingly mad, awesome results and life change. Just by starting with 60 mindful seconds a day. Don't worry so much about seeing the magical results of meditation. Worry about first getting it into your life. And if you want to try meditation but you don't know if it works or not, shut the fuck up. It works. It's been used for thousands of years. It's been backed by thousands of studies in peer-reviewed journals. There's no woo-woo-ness. It's not about fucking, finding some other god or some other religion. It doesn't matter if you're fucking Christian or if you're Buddhist or Hindu or Muslim or whatever the hell you are. It doesn't matter. It works for everyone because it's a mind practice. It's an exercise for the mind. I really don't even believe that Buddhism itself is even a religion necessarily in some of its forms. At least when it comes to the practices of meditation, they're tools for working with the mind. Because these things are not about saying that you are a god or blah blah blah. It's about understanding how your mind works in reality and bringing some sanity into your life. And doing that requires a set of skillful tools you can use to work with your own mind. So, if you think that you want to see the results of meditation before you believe it, awesome. Fucking do it for a couple of months. Work on getting that behavior change first, and then upping your intensity. And I guarantee, or your money back for this free practice, get your money back. I guarantee that you will find a profound change in your own itself. But yeah, I'm back home now. I just wanted to elaborate on why I said 60 seconds for 20 days. Hopefully that helps. So, yeah. Sit the fuck down and meditate. Breathe, motherfucker.